Listen and listen carefully to this thing here. I need an interaction here. I need an interaction. Some people has to answer some of the questions I'm going to say. I expect you to know the answer. It had been said during the Prophet's time, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the Sahaba, they told the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, "Oh Prophet, when we sit with you in the masjid, we feel good about ourselves and we feel so relaxed and we feel that we are very close to Allah. But as soon as we leave the masjid and we go our home, we're back again to our bad habits, whatever we do, and we sort of like distance a little bit from religion." Then the Prophet ﷺ told them, "Don't worry about that, this is a human thing. Because of the fact, if you behave at your home the way you behave at the masjid, the malaika is going to shake hand with you. The malaika is going to shake hand with you." The question is here, which is the Hatim, the question is to you. What does it mean when the Prophet ﷺ, it says, if you behave at your home as good as you behave in the masjid, the malaika is going to shake hands with you? What that means? Can you tell me? If not, it's okay. What happened is, what are the malaika made of? The malaika are made for one thing. They made of light. What they are made to do? To worship Allah. Only. They cannot do bad things. And that's exactly what the Prophet meant. You know, you become like an angel. If you become like an angel, you can shake hands with an angel. If you're not an angel, you're not going to shake hands with an angel, because you will become like the entity, the same entity as an angel, as if you made the flight, and you are being elevated in a way that your spirit, your soul is going to be elevated in a way that you become like an angel. And that's exactly my point. You guys, you come here, you come, mashallah, very dedicated. Some of you all come and hold the Quran and read the Quran and everything. As soon as you leave the masjid, you are wild animals. I see you sometimes, like some of you running around. This is unacceptable. As well as when you go home, you go back again. How many of you read Quran today? Well, surprisingly, very good, mashallah. How many of you pray the 4 prayers on time? I need all of you. I need all of you. This is not an option. This is not an option. Ramadan, put your hand down. The thing is here, a prayer, it's not really an option anymore. Let's go back to today's dars. Today's dars at the masjid was, it's very important, like mainly for women. This subject was for women. The subject was about hijab. How is hijab in Islam? It's in one of the ayah in the Quran al-Kareem. قل يا أيها النبي قل لنسائك ولنساء المؤمنين أن يدنين من جلابيبهن أدنى أن يعرفن. It has been said in the whole Quran, "O you Prophet, tell your women, tell your wives to cover up and have long dresses and to cover as much as of their body to the point that nobody can recognize them." And the Sheikh stressed on the fact, this is not an option. This is not an option. And he said this is one of the elements of the kufr. If the woman, like he said, some woman came to him and he said, "Well, I have hijab inside." You know, he said, "What do you mean you have hijab inside?" She said, "I have it in my heart." You know, "What do you mean you have it in your heart? Nobody can look at your heart that you have hijab in your heart." She said, "No, I'm a strong believer in Islam and all the things. I do everything God, asked me to do." He said, "That's fine, that's fine. But this is written in black and white in the whole Quran. It's not I'm saying that, as the Sheikh said, it's not that he's saying that for a woman to wear the hijab. This is in the whole Quran. God asks you to be decent for a woman, even for an older woman. For an older woman, God. If the woman is an old and she's attractive, she cannot leave herself without covering. She has to cover herself. So the hijab is a must in Islam for a woman. And that's what the dars today, this morning, was from this year. Now we have our presentation. Where are the kids to our presentation? Come over here. We start with the young man. When you start presentation, as we accustomed to, Assalamu alaikum, and you screen everybody, you look at everybody. My name is, you say your full name here, and you say the subject that you're going to talk about. Let's start here.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Ali, and I will be talking to you about tricking and deceiving people. Once Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was in a market and it was raining. And this man came with a box of fruits and they got wet. So the man put the wet fruits under all the other dry ones so he would be tricking the people. And Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said that this is wrong. You should not cheat or trick any person. And there was a dua for I forgot it. And the moral of the story is never trick or cheat or any other person at all.
What does it mean when they do that a lot of time? When you have like an item is very expensive, they spray it with water or something. The water is free, so it becomes heavier and they get more money for the item. So that's not recommended.
I'm going to talk about charity like everybody was talking about it. Tomorrow, inshallah, I'm going to be bringing in donations because my mama actually got money yesterday from the bank, so I could give it for Syria because yesterday...
This is from the children of this masjid to the children of Syria. We have done that last year. Last year we collected 2,500. And here, Alfreda, it's just challenging me that we're going to meet this number this year.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I said to myself, well, if we're doing that, we're going very slow. Because yesterday we collected only $120.
Because last year, what was our goal last year? Last year was, what was
It was 2,000, but we were able to collect 2,500, alhamdulillah. Hopefully this year we're going to meet our goal, inshallah.
All the kids in Syria were like, everybody is like on the streets starving with no food, and this money is here given to them. How many of you pray every Salah? On time. So most of you. How many of you fast?
Well,
Okay,
I see few people not fasting. You did not notice them, but I did. Yeah.
So far, that's pretty good. But you need to reach your goal and try to get closer to Allah with Ramadan and without Ramadan.
It's true.
Like, even if you're doing things in Ramadan that are good, you even need to do those good things without Ramadan to get more hasanat and be able and get a better chance to go to heaven. So the more you do things on Ramadan and without Ramadan, the closer your chances to getting to heaven.
Do it loud.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين صدق الله العظيم.
He's 6 years old, mashallah.
My name is Kadeem Mahmoud, and I'm going to talk about charity. It doesn't matter what you put. It doesn't matter what you put. It can even one point. It doesn't matter. It's just you're giving charity, and you're gonna be. Assalamualaikum, my name is Stefan. recite Surah Al-Fajr. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والفجر وليال عشر والشفع والوتر والليل إذا يسر هل في ذلك قسم لذي حجر ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بعاد إرم ذات العماد الذي لم يخلق مثلها في البلاد وثمود الذين جابوا الصخر بالواد وفرعون ذي الأوتاد الذين طغوا في البلاد فأكثروا فيها الفساد فصب عليهم ربك سوط عذاب إن ربك لبالمرصاد فأما الإنسان إذا ما ابتلاه ربه فأكرمه ونعمه فيقول ربي أكرمن وأما إذا ما ابتلاه فقدر عليه رزقه فيقول ربي أهانن كلا بل لا تكرمون اليتيم ولا تحاضون على طعام المسكين وتأكلون التراث أكلا لما وتحبون المال حبا جما كلا إذا دقت الأرض دكا دكا وجاء ربك والملك صفا صفا وجيء يومئذ بجهنم يومئذ يتذكر الإنسان وأنى له الذكرى يقول يا ليتني قدمت لحياتي فيومئذ لا يعذب عذابه أحد ولا يوثق وثاقه أحد يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية فادخلي في عبادي وادخلي جنتي.
How old are you? 7. I think the 7 or 8 years old should be ashamed of yourself. That's all.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So we live in a time and place where most people don't really pay that much attention to religion or care much about it. And I was just talking about to my grandmother about this situation. And as Amma Atif was saying, like some of the women refuse to wear hijab, or like some people don't fast or anything like that. And we have to understand that we were put in this world and put in this life to worship Allah and give thanks to Him, and that's the only reason, pretty much. It's not about, life isn't about getting a higher score than 50 on Flappy Bird or making YOLO your catchphrase. It's about praying 5 times a day and worshiping Allah. So, and I know that since we live in a non-Muslim based country, it might be a little embarrassing to do some of the rituals and things that we do. But honestly, at the end of the day, whose opinion matters to you most? Allah or the people around you?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قد سمع
سمع الله قول التي تجادلك في زوجها وتشتكي إلى الله والله يسمع تحاوركما إن الله سميع بصير الذين يظاهرون منكم من نسائهم ما هن أمهاتهم إن أمهاتهم إلا اللائي ولدنهم وإنهم ليقولون منكرا من القول وزورا إن الله لعفو غفور صدق الله العظيم.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Kenton Malik, and I had a speech prepared for today, but I think it's a little long, so I think I'll discuss more about, again, the charity that we're trying to raise money for. So, I know you guys are probably getting a little sick of hearing all of us come up and talking about it and about how we should be raising money, but I want you guys to realize that even though it might sound like we're pestering you or we're being annoying about it, it's actually that we're just trying to raise money for a really good cause. And I know at times when you're thinking about giving charity or something, you're kind of thinking, well, I don't want to have to, I'm saving up this money to buy a toy or to buy this video game. I don't want to have to give it to this cause if I can just get my video game next week. But you guys have to realize that, like, sometimes there are things that are more important than what we want in life. So, like, even sometimes, like, if it might be a little hard for you to think that you should use your money for the charity, I think it's still a good cause because, like we've been saying last year, even I was kind of like really surprised by how much money we raised because I was kind of like following it and I really didn't realize how much money we were raising until like it actually happened. And I think that when we did that, we all kind of felt this sense of accomplishment because we raised more than even what we set a goal for. And that goal was already like huge. Like none of us, like I talked to some of the people around here when we heard the goal, and like none of us actually thought we were gonna reach it. And then when we reached it, all of us were like really surprised and really excited that we did that. And then like you have to think about how everyone over in Syria is going to be so glad that we were able to raise so much money again, because when we raise money to help them, we're helping them and we're building a better connection with Allah because we're showing Him that we're willing to not only pay charity, but we're paying charity for like a really good cause, and we're able to do it constantly, like every year. We're able to raise all this money for a really good cause. So I just hope that all of us can hopefully bring some money in for the charity. I myself, I'll admit, I haven't done that yet. I still have to, and I'm kind of upset I haven't. But if everyone could do that, that would be great. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Zakia, and I'm gonna tell you about like a story about prayer. How many of you pray your salah on time? How many of you pray it later?
Raise your hand. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. You know, telling the truth is more important than lying about it. And you are, especially that you are in the masjid. You know, when you're lying about it, it's like double sins here. You know, you're not doing it, and in the same time, you're really lying about it. And lying, one of the characters, it's non-Islamic. Totally non-Islamic. The Prophet ﷺ said the Muslim can do this, can do that, but the Muslims do not lie. The Muslims do not lie. So make a habit, no matter what, do not lie. Please don't lie. In Ramadan, out of Ramadan, end of Ramadan, anytime. Get used to the fact to tell the truth. It will be much easier for you. Way, way easier. You don't have to act. You don't have to think about how you're going to get out of it or anything like that. You said it as it is. And every time somebody asks you the question, you will have the same answer because you are telling the truth. Get used to it. Go ahead.
So one day in Saudi Arabia, they were thinking of making a highway. So after they got all the documentation and like it was all checked, they started making it. So when they were in the middle of making the highway, they found a giant a graveyard. So they asked the government if they could dig up this graveyard. So they got it checked out and they started digging. So out of all the graves, there was only one boy that his body had not been decayed and was shining, was like shining with light. So they took this this undecayed corpse to his father and asked him, what has he been doing during his life? So his father has told him that he's been praying on time every single day. So they just praised for his father that his son will take him to Jannah, and I hope this changes your point of view of someone.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Rams, and I'm going to talk about a story, what I did, and I hope you guys are going to be encouraged about the story. Well, it was one day, my dad took me out of school to go to pray for Jummah. And I went, we prayed, and then the khutbah, they started the khutbah, and I had money in my pocket, and I said, why don't I go get junk with it? So during his khutbah, he said, well, if you bring in money, as long as you bring in money, it doesn't matter how much is it, you will get good deeds. But if you don't and spend it on junk, it's just going to go somewhere else and you will get zunubi. So I just want to ask, honestly, how much of you guys have made a goal for donations and charity? Raise your hand. For Ramadan. I'm actually expecting most of you guys, but
I'm expecting the same as you are. I'm a little bit disappointed. It's less than 50% of you. That's not acceptable. It's not for me, guys. I mean, you pay in charity. That what God has said. Give me what I gave you. It's not that it's your money. God gave it to you to pass it on if you don't need it. Go ahead.
Okay, so as I was saying, I could see I'm actually a little disappointed, but so after he told me that, a night after, I went to this masjid, the same masjid, and I went upstairs with my sister, and we had a little bit of a khutbah upstairs with the ladies, and they were talking about why should you actually donate money to the masjid. And I actually told her that I did the last night. So she said, inshallah, Allah will give and will repeat that by $1 million. And I was actually proud of myself when I did that. So I hope you guys were proud of yourselves if you do that.
Assalamu alaikum. So we've heard enough about charity today, so I'm not gonna talk about charity. Just know, goes in the envelope, put it in the envelope, and you get zakat, inshallah, and you help someone. Let's talk about something other than charity. Let's talk about your day. Tell me, what did you do today? Just tell us. No. You don't worry. We're not gonna judge you. I don't care about what you did Islam-wise. Just tell me like about your whole day in general. Just tell me about it.
Sat down and played a little video games.
See what came first to mind is video game.
No. That's not the point of this.
Let's see. Okay, let's
Keep
see.
going. What did you do? Did anything special happen today? That's okay. It's okay. Don't feel embarrassed. It's totally fine. I play video games today too. It's cool.
At least be honest.
When we come down here to the masjid, what I sometimes feel, and I don't know if this is just me, but I feel like we're a little bit too textbookish. You know, we're too.
Yeah. No, you have to because it's.
Okay.
It gives you power, actually.
I am powerful, fear me. Okay, so we come down here and we talk. Everyone give charity. I want to share with you guys a story about how if you pray you're guaranteed Jannah and all these things. And like none of it's personal. And I can't like say that anyone specific is doing it, and I can't say that I don't do that because I do. But I just want to encourage you guys, like when you come down here, make this more about your daily life. You know, I don't want you to say, I prayed 5 times a day, every single day, on time. That's great, but you should be doing that. That's expected of you. I don't want to praise you for doing your job. You know, that's like a surgeon not killing someone in a surgery and saying, I didn't kill anyone. Yeah, good for you. Thank you. Don't kill people in surgery. You know, I don't care that you didn't kill someone in surgery, but if you tell me, hey, I saw this old man and he couldn't cross the street on his own. He was blind. He was blind and he couldn't tell when the stoplight turned red. So I took his hand and I walked him across the street. You know, or I saw my neighbor couldn't mow their lawn, so I mowed it for them for no money, or something like that. You know, like something where it isn't written in the Quran, go help your neighbor mow their lawn, or go help old blind men cross the street, but it's something that that came to you specifically and you personally, and you said, I want to be a good Muslim. Because being a Muslim, as much as it is about praying and fasting and zakah and the five pillars of Islam and all that, that's your job, that's your duty, that's what you have to do. But all the extra stuff, that's what counts. All the stuff that isn't written for you, that isn't written out as a map for you specifically, all the stuff that Rabbina didn't write in black and white, that's the stuff that really matters. You know, because when it comes down to it, Rabbina's gonna say in the Day of Judgment, he's gonna ask you, what did you do? And you're gonna say, I prayed. And so everyone else who's going to khush the Jannah, everyone who's going to khush the Jannah, everyone who's going to get into the Jannah is going to say, I prayed. So how do you set yourself apart and show that you're a really good Muslim? You go out of your way and you do the extracurricular. You help people. Giving zakat is again a law, but giving more zakat than usual, I think that's pretty good. You know, don't just be a Muslim, be a good Muslim. Put yourself out there and just do good things. Because, again, when it comes down to it, what really sets you apart and shows that you're a good Muslim is taking that extra step and showing the extra effort.
My name is Ahmed, and today I want to talk to you how you should treat Ramadan. Okay, so raise your hand if you have company in your house.
What? Company. If you have company in the house.
Okay, you know when you have guests, you try to act a little kinder. Not to you try to act a little kinder, make them happy and make them think, wow, I should go here more often. Make them like you. So I want you to try to treat Ramadan like a guest. It comes only once a year, so I want you to put a goal to pray Sunnah and read at least a juz every day, or do extra stuff. But that doesn't mean when Ramadan goes away, you just say bye bye, see you next year. Still, even if the Ramadan goes, you still act good. It's not like Ramadan is the only month you do good. All the months you have to be good. But Ramadan, you have to act a little kinder.
I like the idea. That's really its original idea. The fact that he said to treat Ramadan as a guest, as Ahmed said. You know, when you have a guest, you go out of your way to do other things extra to please that guest. And that's the same goes for Ramadan, that you do extra, like it's the months of blessing. And like I said, all the hasanat are double, like 10 times, 70 times, whatever it is. So it's your golden opportunity to do more for your guest, which is Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum, my name is Yusuf. Today I'm going to be talking about Shaitan when he's trapped in Ramadan. In Ramadan, most of us know that Shaitan is trapped and Allah doesn't let him go out because he's testing us and he wants to see if you're going to do anything bad in Ramadan. So if you do anything bad, don't say, "Oh, Shaitan came in my brain." As Egyptians we say, "Shaitan دخل في دماغي." place, you shouldn't even be doing bad things. Even out of Ramadan, you shouldn't even be doing it. As Ahmed said, we should treat it as a guest. Don't do bad stuff in front of it. And even if it's not there, you still should be doing good.
I'm going to be talking about how you should not waste food and be thankful. First of all, you shouldn't be wasting food, because if you do, that much food that you waste will be cut off from your life. Think of it that way. Do you think Allah likes wasting food? He created food for life, and people waste it. People are outside in Syria, and they don't have food. And that's why you should not be wasting food, and be thankful that you have food, and you have a family that can pay for it and buy it every day.
And today I'm going to talk about Shaitan and how he never gets out in jail. So when Shaitan he's like in jail, like he's like a mousetrap. Who has a mousetrap at home? Like he's caught in a mousetrap. He's like, get me out of here.
Anyhow, overall, you did very good, mashallah, with all the variety of subjects that you have taken on. And thank you very much. The boys on the right hand, the girls on the left hand.